Hi, welcome back to our channel. Tuesday again is Economics Tuesday. Today we are on a large topic, really important one. Okay, 2.5, elasticity of demand. I hope I can finish them. A lot of things to share with you. Essential concept, calculation for the HL. Okay, let's start. Okay, we talk about a characteristic of elasticity. Elasticity means flexibility. So elastic means flexible. What is flexible? Large percentage change in response. Okay? You have a great response, we call it elastic. Or in daily life, we can say sensitive. Sensitive. But in economics, we choose the word elasticity. So elasticity describes the degree of change of a variable in response to the change of another variable. So both these two things change, okay? Variable A and variable B. And then we have a terminology. Characteristic of elasticity, we have terminology. We call it A elasticity of B. It means that it's the degree of change of B in response to the change of A. Okay. So A elasticity of B is the how B changes when A changes. If the response of B is large, we call it B is elastic. What elastic? B is A elastic. And if the response of B is small, don't change that much, and then you got the B is doesn't is not sensitive. It's inelastic, and we call B is A inelastic. So make sure A and B, okay? The response of B to what? To the change of A. Okay? Example, elasticity will encounter this three in IBDP, okay? Price elasticity of demand, remember the terminology, okay? We have PD is the response of demand to the change of price, okay? Price elasticity of supply, the same terminology. It's a change of supply in response to price, okay? PES we call it. Income elasticity of demand is the change of demand in response to the change of income, and we call it YED, not IED. We choose Y for income. In the previous curriculum, we have a cross elasticity of demand to get the two things interaction, but now it's our syllabus of IBDP in 2022. I'm sure in 2028 or 2029, it will be back. Okay? IB is like this: cut out something and add it back later. Okay, because they want to have change. Okay, they change for the change. I think they should keep XED. I love this thing. So it's a graphical illustration of elasticity. How to illustrate it? Okay, we have a general situation, A and B. Remember, it's the response of B to A. So if the change, horizontal change is big, elastic. If the horizontal change is small, inelastic. So look at the compare A and B. Okay, for the A, okay, the change when A drops a little bit, wow, A change, B change are not, right? So B is A elastic. But for the steep one, okay, when A change a little bit, B also change a little bit. So quite inelastic. So B is inelastic of A. So remember, flat is elastic. Steep is inelastic. I think this is worth memorizing this time. I seldom ask you to memorize something, but this one is worth, okay. Flat is elastic. Steep is inelastic. Okay, and then also a positive and negative elasticity. Okay, this is a negative correlation, so negative elasticity, and this one positive correlation, so positive elasticity. So these two graphs different. Okay, so the description is done there. You see a steep graph is inelastic. Okay, direct observation is okay. Just look at the B. Change of B is your target. Large change of B is elastic, just like in A. Okay, and then as an illustration, I will use a PED as an example, like how the quantity demand change when the price change. We have two curves. Okay, remember they are negative correlated, so the elasticity is always a negative. Okay, and the flat one X is elastic to price. Okay, and the products Y is demand, so product Y is inelastic to price. Okay, or price inelastic. And the quantitative approach to price elasticity of demand, even in the SL level, we need to do some simple calculation. Okay? Elasticity is the ratio of the percentage change. Be careful, not change. It's percentage change, okay? Not the ratio of change. Be careful. Okay, okay, price elasticity of demand measure the response of quantitative demand of a goods or service, okay, to the change of its price. Okay, it is the ratio of the percentage change of the quantitative demand to the change percentage change of price. Okay, remember, not just the change. The change is the slope. We want percentage change, so it's more than the slope. Okay. Definition, very simple. Formal definition of price elasticity of demand. You encounter these 3 times. Okay, when you talk about PES or XCD. Okay, so price elasticity of demand, okay, is the ratio of the percentage change of quantity demand to the percentage change in price. Okay, remember PED is the percentage change, not about. So there's no units. Okay, so you can get the unit. Okay, when you do the calculation. Okay, and in the paper 3, okay. Actually, in paper 1 and 2, you do a little bit calculation. In paper 3, we stress on calculation, okay. And for the HL student, remember PED is 90, it's okay, they have some changing, but yeah, just remember percentage change, okay. And in general, okay, QD and P are negatively correlated. The PED is negative, but as this is always negative, this negative sign might be neglected. And in the following discussion, we will already get it, because we don't want to talk about what is more negative, less negative, is it increase or decrease. This is a little bit confusing. So we just, as PED is always negative, so we declare it, okay? We just say that it's magnitude, okay? But always bear in mind it's negative. Okay, the denominator in the presentation, be careful, is the original values, okay? Not the changed value, not the new value, be careful. You learn it in mathematics, but now we have to stretch it on economics again. And the unit cancel out, so you can get the unit in the calculation. Just relax. And the degree of price elasticity of demand, okay? So look at the two things. No change in the quantity demand. It means numerator is 0, right? So 0 PED. Low change in price means infinite PED, right? The denominator is 0. So what is the shape of the demand curve? Low change in quantitative demand, then what's that way? Low change in the horizontal axis? Yeah, vertical line. And low change in price? Low change in the vertical value? Low change vertical value, so it is a horizontal line. Yes, you got it. Well done, well done. So we call it a perfectly elastic. Remember, flat is elastic, right? If this is exactly horizontal, it is perfectly elastic, and the PED is infinite, okay? If it is steep, very steep to vertical, it is perfectly inelastic. Remember, steep is inelastic, and its PED is 0. Okay. Theoretically, the range of PED is from 0 to infinity. Okay. Horizontal, no need to memorize. Horizontal, wow, great change in quantitative demand. Right? So infinite PED, so very elastic. So on the contrary, it's a vertical line. Wow, low change in quantitative demand. Quantitative demand is low change, okay? So numerator is 0, so PED is 0, so absolutely perfectly inelastic. And of course, what is the between? Can we draw a graph that always have a unity of elasticity? Yes, but the graph is not straight, but it will be a curve, okay? Convex towards the origin, okay? And it's a PED equals 1 unitary elasticity graph, okay? And the equation is PQ equals a constant. We won't, even in HL, we won't prove it, but it is the fact that you have to remember. P and Q equals constant, and then the elasticity of demand, elasticity is 1, always unity along. PQ equals constant. Of course, there are different types of goods, okay? You remember necessity, okay? And less expensive good, stable demand, right? Stable demand means it is inelastic. Inelastic means this is steep, okay? And then luxury goods and expensive goods, okay, it is very price sensitive, so price elastic, so it is a flat. So necessity, luxury, and comparing the 3 sectors of goods, okay, you remember, okay, primary sector is more necessity, service sector is more luxury, so it is primary sector is steep, and service sector is flat, and manufactured goods are in between. Link it up. You learn it. If you forgot, just go back to our video on demand, okay, to revise it. Okay, real life example. A cigarette is priced in elastic good because of addiction. Unfortunately, okay. So its price elasticity of demand is always smaller than 1. Okay. In UK, US, okay, price elasticity of demand can be as small as a negative 0.37. So when the price increased by 1%, okay, the demand just decreased by 0.37%. Very low, less than half. Okay. So how do we know whether it is elastic or inelastic? Depends on the number and closeness of the subsidy. It means that if there's a lot of close subsidy, it means the competition is keen, right? So you can't increase the price, right? So when you increase the price, the consumer will shift to purchase of the other brand, right? So you will be elastic, okay? Your demand will drop quickly. So which one? Flat one, okay? With lots of close subsidy is the flat one. With few or low subsidy is the steep one, okay? Okay, if there are lots of close subsidy on the goods, okay, the price of the good change, the consumer will shift the consumption to you if you have a price cut, or to others if you have a price rise, okay? So the price elasticity of demand is high, okay? It is flat, okay? If luckily your brand is good, your good is good, low fuel or low subsidy in the society, okay, maybe you have some monopoly or the corporate power on it, okay, the price of the good change, okay, consumers has to consume your goods, no other choices, okay, so the demand, the elasticity will be low, okay, and the curve will be steep, okay. We like example, for example, some brand names of this phone, okay, iPhone, Samsung phone are unique features, okay, fewer subsidies, so the price elasticity of demand is low, okay, so the price can keep in a high level, few subsidy. But other phones, okay, in the blue sea or other phones, okay, they compete with another subsidy. They have a great competition among themselves. They're very similar, okay, actually. So the price elasticity of demand is high and the price is much lower. So, for example, there's quite a big difference. The price of the top model of iPhone and Samsung phone and the normal one can be 5 times as high. Wow, buying one iPhone can buy 5 other brands' smartphone. Very big difference, right? So how to determine of a PED? There's a lot of factor affecting. We have talked about some, okay? Close subsidy or not, necessity or not, cheap or not, short time or not, okay? All these 4 factors can make the price inelastic. Few or low cost subsidy, necessity, cheap, and short time. Okay, we'll describe it, explain it afterwards. Okay, and then okay, determinant of PED. Okay, availability of cost subsidy. I remember. If a cost subsidy are available or not, okay, the price elasticity of demand will be high, elastic. Okay, price elastic. I remember. Degree of elasticity. If this is a elasticity, they don't change it much, right? So it is a price inelastic. Proportion of income, if the proportion of income spent on the good is high. Wow, I spend a lot of goods on that thing, and you have a price rise. Oh, I can't do it, so I spend less on it. Okay, right? So if the proportion of income is high, it will be price elastic. If the proportion of income on that good is low, I don't mind. I just pay 1%, pay some more. It's okay. So it will be a price inelastic. So think about it about your daily life example. Okay, think about what is you spend the most. Okay, in a week. Okay, if that spend increase the price, then you will spend a little bit more, much more. If you spend a very little on that spend, okay, on that kind of goods, okay, if that price wise, you don't care, right? At the time, okay, as consumer, you need more time to react to the change, okay. You go to a shop, so they said there's a price rise. Say, okay, okay, I buy it. Okay, when they go back home, they say, oh no, 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 it's too expensive. Next time you will decrease your demand, right? So it takes some time. If the time is short, okay, the demand will be price inelastic. The time is long, giving more time to think about it, it will be price elastic. Special looks, okay. For the commodities are natural resources and there's some basic food, okay. They are necessity, okay. So they are price inelastic. Special name, commodities, natural resources and basic food, okay. So relationship between the PED and the total revenue, okay. To increase revenue, price cuts for high PED. Price rise for high low PED product. This is from the producer point of view, total revenue. You know, revenue is the price times Q, right? P times Q. So if which one change more, make it increase. Okay. So for example, it's at a high price elasticity of demand. Okay, so it means that the quantity change or not. So net it increase. That's Q increase. How to increase the Q? Price cut. And on the contrary, if this PED is low, it means that Q changes little, price changes are not. So net the price rise. Okay, so use price rise. Okay, you illustrate as this diagram. Okay, you need to illustrate it in this diagram in the IBDP explanation clearly. Okay, so there are 2 changes A and B. A is from right hand side to left hand side. It means that it is price rise. Okay, price rise. Okay, the arrow, can you see? Okay, price elastic good is flat. Okay, price elastic good is steep. Okay, see what happened during price rise. Okay, during price rise from right to left dots. Okay, the revenue drops by y and increase by x. Right, so the total revenue change is x minus y. So which one is as a positive one? So on the left hand side here, if it is a elastic good, oh no, the revenue increase is smaller than the revenue gain. So total revenue decrease. Then don't do it, don't do it. So if the good is elastic, don't have a price rise, okay? Have the contrary. But on the other hand, if it is a price inelastic good, see this, right? The increase of revenue X is much larger than the decrease of revenue. So total revenue increase. So good thing, okay, for the company, earn more money. So it should have a price rise for what? Inelastic goods. Got it? Yes, make sure you can share it in this way and then the market understand your understanding too, okay? Next one on the continue to the direction of B, okay? B. Price cut. What should you do for price cut? Elastic good or price inelastic good? So when this is a price cut, okay, the revenue increase by y and decrease by x, okay, so total revenue change is y minus x. Wow, this one y is a much bigger. Good thing, you earn more revenue. So for price elastic good, in a price cut good, y larger than x, so total revenue increase. On the contrary, if it is a price elastic, in elastic good, don't do so. Don't do price cut. It doesn't change too much, okay, but the price drop a lot, okay. So the total revenue will decrease. So it depends on the property of the price in elastic or elastic. What you should do is completely different. Okay, can you name it out? When should you do price rise? Price rise means less change of less drop of Q is good, right? So when it will be less drop of Q, price inelastic. So in the price drop, okay, Q increases, and you want to have a big increase. So which goods you have a price cut, price elastic goods. Okay? So remember this one, okay? Very important, okay? So we write example, for example, due to detection of the secret is inelastic. Application inelastic. It means that Q doesn't change, price change a lot, right? So what should you do? Increase the price, okay? So price rise, okay? So price rise, you earn more money, and the government do something, indirect taxes, a habit to increase the price, okay? And actually, the consumer bear most of it. Okay? Actually, in some research, you see something strange. Okay, in the U.S., okay, when a $1 increase of tax on cigarette, the price of cigarette increases more than $1. Oh no, it means that the producer get more money, premium, okay, more than the increase of tax. Okay, and the increase of tax on cigarettes affects little on the revenue of the cigarette producer, but eventually, because of quantity, demand is lower, so the tobacco tax revenue is lower from 17 million to 30 million US dollar in the US. So it is not very effective. Okay. Okay, importance of PED for firms and government to making decision making. Okay, PED is important, but in renewable, accurate PED is hard to measure, even with the big data. So we look at the two curve. Okay. So elastic good demand, inelastic demand. Right? So you think about when the supply changes, okay, up and down, which one will have a larger change of Q and now a larger change of price. Okay. So this is the same diagram as before, but now we just add the demand curve, add the supply curve, okay, to talk about it. Okay. For price inelastic good, for price elastic goods on the left hand side, okay, the quantity demand changes significantly. Yes, and the price changes insignificantly. On the contrary, for price inelastic good, because of this steep nature, okay, the quantity demand changes insignificantly, and on the contrary, price changes significantly. They are opposite, right? So you can't remember it. Okay? Just draw the graph out, maybe do more practice, okay? Get some blank paper, try to draw it out and think about it, and then you learn it quickly, okay? And firm and government should also weigh the price elasticity of the goods before they make the decision. Okay? If the good is a price elastic, you remember price elastic, the firm should buy gas. Okay? And if it's a price inelastic, the firm should price rise. Okay? So that's this difference. And also it is decision making for government. For government, okay, for example, agricultural goods, they know that it is a poor nature, is a price inelastic, right? Price inelastic. So the price change quickly, okay. price change. So to protect the farmer, the government has to impose a price floor on agricultural goods when there's a big harvest or good harvest. Okay, fluctuate a lot. Also, for the minimum wage, okay, set by the government. Okay, it will affect the price of the labor in the market. So the government increase the minimum wage, but they have to be careful because they increase the minimum wage, the supply increases the supply decreases, so the demand of labor will decrease quickly. Okay, firm will hire fewer laborers, okay, and causing unemployment. So when the government want to protect the labor, they will think about will it be increase the unemployment rate too much? Depends on the PED, right? So you want to be the decrease of quantity demand for labor is weak, so make sure the PED is on the side that is steep, okay? That is a small PED, okay? And then you can do this thing, okay? And if the PED for labor is large, don't do it, okay? Don't increase the minimum wage too much, okay? The unemployment rate will surge up quickly, and the labor will suffer. And then change PED along a strict demand curve. It's AHL higher level is more mathematical. Higher quantity demand, very easy. Higher quantity demand, if the Q is large, okay, the percentage of Q will be low, right? Percentage is over Q, right? Well, then the PED will be lower. That's the concept. So when the Q is large, percentage change relatively will be small, so the PED will be small. So on the right hand side of the demand curve, Q is large, so percentage change of quantity demand is low, so PED will be smaller. On the left hand side, Q is small, so PED will be larger. So in between them, there should be a point for PED equals, so we call it a unitary point, okay? Unitary PED. And then in mathematics, you're gonna in the paper 3, okay, calculation, we have this curve, okay? And we have a derivation. Where is the PED equal 1 point? Okay, it is well to remember it. Middle. At the middle of the whole demand curve, okay, at the two, starting from the two axes, okay. In the middle part is the point where PED equals 1. Okay. Higher than it is larger than 1, lower than it is less than 1. Easy to remember, so I recommend you to remember it, okay. It's the point, okay. It means that at this point, the OX and XY has the same slope, okay, same gradient, and they are isosceles triangle. OX equals XY, okay. So the middle. Don't remember the derivation, just remember, middle. Okay, PED for primary commodities and manufactured goods. Remember they are different. Okay, for manufactured products it's a higher price, right? So it has a higher PED. Okay, it's more like a luxury one, not a necessity one. So manufactured products okay contribute more economic boom. Remember when the economic boom, okay, the manufactured good has a larger increase of quantity, so manufacturing sector will grow. Okay, but the primary sector will shrink. Okay, so primary commodities often necessity. Okay, manufacture is more likely to be more expensive or luxury, right? So primary commodities are less substitute than manufactured goods. Okay, and spending on primary goods it has a small proportion of income. Right? All these things make the primary goods less price and more price inelastic, okay? Or less price elastic. Depends on the terminology. Sorry, more price inelastic than manufactured goods. They change the quantity change very little. Okay, we go for PD. PS. Now we are on the YED. Okay. I know you guys are tired, but you can pause and take a break. For me, I will continue. Okay. Characteristic of income elasticity of demand. Remember, inferior good, normal good, and a luxury good. Right. For the inferior good, it is a negative effect. Okay. Income increase, demand decrease. So negative YED. But for the normal goods and the luxury is a positive YED. And even for the luxury goods, it's a high positive YED. Okay, definition. Income is the money an individual earns from contributing his or her labor. Good. And income is also the money the firm earns when selling the goods and services. So income is transfer. Okay. The means of transfer. Okay. Income elasticity of demand measure the response to quantity demand for good. Okay. To the change of people's income. It's the percentage change of quantity demand to the percentage change of income. Always the same methodology. Price elasticity of also is the income. Sorry, I should change the income. Sorry, income elasticity of demand is the percentage change in income. Okay, symbol of income elasticity demand is YED. Okay, YED. Okay, So percentage change in quantity demand over percentage change in income. Okay, this is YED. So you remember YED not PED. Okay. So for the normal goods, okay, when income increases, people have more money to spend, so people purchase more goods. Okay, so they have a positive correlation increase together. So we call it normal goods. So YED is a positive. Okay, and most of the goods are normal goods. Okay, but the necessity are normal goods which are necessary for everyone. Okay, so when income increases, the consumption of necessity only changes very slightly. So it's a very small positive. Why it is still positive? Necessity is still positive, but nearly zero. Okay, but positive. Okay, and service and luxury are expensive. Okay, when people have more money, they spare more money on it. Okay, so it is elastic. Okay, they have a large positive YED. Okay, luxury even have a YED larger than 1. We always use the YED larger than 1 as the index, okay, to indicate whether it's the luxury or not. Clothing, household, and restaurant dining are not, okay, not enough. It's positive, but not to 1, okay. Maybe fine dining is 1, okay, larger than 1. Inferior goods are not clear. Inferior goods, okay, people prefer to replace it, okay, when they have money, okay. So when income increases, they will spend less on it. So it's a negative YED, just like fast food, okay. They always say fast food is not healthy, right? And it is the calculation. Just remember the thing, remember over the long original value, so over C and over A. Be careful over the original value, okay? Change from A to B, C to D, okay? And for smart, when the food, for the food, okay, juice is a luxury 1.2. Vegetable and meats are normal. And bread and potato are inferior good, negative 0.1. So it's a good indicator to show whether it's an inferior good. It's a quantitative approach of it. So it is purple, higher level, paper fee. And graphical illustration of income elasticity of demand, we have two kinds of graph. Okay, one is a positive correlation, normal thing, and one is for inferior good. And for the positive one, okay, you can still find it flat or steep. Okay, okay, it is a necessity or it is a luxury. Okay, and we call this graph with quantity demand against the income curve. We call it an angel curve. Okay, angel curve. Okay. And then YED can also be illustrated by the shape of the demand curve. Okay, remember when you have demand D1, okay, when the income increases, so your demand may increase, normal good, right? And your demand might decrease if it is an inferior good. So A and B, A is the normal goods and B is the inferior good. So how do you distinguish luxury and necessity? Okay, degree of changes. Okay. For you are starting from D1, okay, if it is a luxury, it changes a lot when income increases to DV. And it changes a little bit for the manufactured good or the primary sector good or even for the necessity. Okay. And it is the same graph, okay? Change of market equilibrium. I remember, Mr. Ko. I remember, okay. So D1, D2, and then D1 to D3. I remember increase or decrease the income effects, right? When it is a normal good or when income increase, demand increase to D2, right? When it is a normal goods, when the income decreases, the demand drops to D3. I know it, okay? The same graph. But now we want to talk about this graph, the effects of this graph from the point of view of elasticity. Whether the demand is elasticity to price or whether the demand is elastic to income. They have a complicated discussion, so be careful, get ready. It is the last thing we want to discuss about this. This is the most complicated one, so be careful. We will discuss it slowly. So we talk about the left hand side for high YED. What's the thing that high YED? Luxury, right? Luxury has high YED and also has a high PED. So they are the same. So for the luxury, it has a flat curve. It means that it has a high PED. And it has a big change when income change because it has a high YED. On the contrary, for necessity or primary sector goods, okay, it is price inelastic. So it has a steep demand curve, okay. And it also has a low YED, okay. So it has a small change when income change. Okay? So they are the same. Flat, large change. Steep, small change. They are grouped together, bundled. So be careful, okay, when you discuss it, okay. So look at this one, okay, when the change, okay, when income changes, okay, wow, big change. big change in price and big change in quantity in the market. For the low YED one, necessity one, okay, the same. Low change of P and low change of D, low change of Q. So be careful about this. They are bound to flat, big change, steep, small change. Okay. YED and PED are the same direction. Okay. Luxury has a high YED and a high PED. Necessity, primary sector goods has low YED and low PED. And importance of YED, so you can see the difference. Okay. So big data in e-commerce help to measure YED and more accuracy. Decision making by firm. Okay. YED, if YED is a positive, okay, it is a normal good. Okay, so they should produce more in economic boom. Okay. If YED is a negative, okay, it is inferior because they should increase the production in a recession. Okay, so when the economy is bad, we should invest more money on fast food. When the economy is good, we should invest more money on fine dining, for example. Also, my idea for primary goods in general is lower than that for manufactured goods. Okay, so when income increases, the manufactured sector will grow bigger, and later on, the service sector will grow bigger too. Okay. So when the economy grows, we will see the primary sector will shrink, and the manufacturer sector will grow, and then the service sector will grow. Okay, but in reality, we must be honest. The economy is complicated. It's hard to measure YED, and it is really hard to fix the other factor and change, right? Sectoral purpose is impossible to do in the real world, even with the help of the big data. And the decision making by firms and government, okay, about taxation and subsidy, you have to be careful. Would it change the quantity demand too much, okay, or too little? So if you think about, depends on the income elasticity of demand and the elasticity of demand, okay. Think about it before we do the decision. Okay? So we government need to survey to get the data. Okay, real life example. In time of recession, look at the demand for inferior goods increases. More resources are allocated to the inferior goods, for example, fast food. Okay, and in time of booming, okay, demand for luxury goods increases more, so more resources are allocated to luxury goods, for example, Tesla and iPhone. Tesla is always my best example. And the demand for Tesla goes quickly to stock price to $440 in 2020. Okay. And the change in the sectoral structure of the economy. So when the economy grows, okay, primary sector has a low YED, so it will not grow so much. Manufacturers sector has a higher YED, it will grow big faster, and service sector is an even higher YED, so it will grow faster. Okay. So when the economy grows, okay, later on, eventually, the economy will shift to the service sector from the primary sector. And the example is a real life example. Now GDP is very big in US, and we always say US is a developed country. Why? Just 2% of the workforce is on the primary products, 12% is on manufacturing products, 80% is on the tertiary, and 6% is the informal sector. So obviously it's a well-developed country. And how does it change? We have to talk about it with history. Okay, 1800, okay, it changes agriculture, and then it successfully changed to manufacturing, and in GDP also growth, okay, and eventually past UK becomes the biggest one, like 1910, okay, and the economy has continued to grow to and then go to a service industry, okay, and then in the 1950, service industry becomes the highest employment, okay, in the US, okay. So thank you for going through with me, okay. We talk about PED, PES, and then YED. Big topics. I'm sure you learn a lot from it, okay? And I try to now try to bring out a paper to write down anything you have learned from this video. And you find out, oh, I missed another thing. It's okay. It's impossible to watch it once and then learn all the things. I try to watch it again and then pause, and then you find some important figure, pause it, and then bring out a blank paper and then try to recite it, okay? Draw it out by yourself. I think a hands-on activity, you just hands-on learning will help you a lot, okay? If you like our sharing, okay, remember, like, subscribe, and then share with your friends, okay? See you for next Tuesday. Bye.